Powered by the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 11th. We are happy to have you with us here on Montana This Morning. I'm Samantha Sullivan in for Victoria Hill today.
And I'm Connor Bregetzer in for Ed for one last day. And I gotta say, I will not be too sad to pass that mantle back to Mr. McIntosh for tomorrow morning. You're gonna find
I'm going off a little early?
Yes, just a little bit at this point. But I do love the morning show, and you know, I do love being able to see that sun coming up a little bit later here. It's a good measure of how long it's been since I've done a few shifts here on the morning show, that we're not seeing it till the end of the show as opposed to the beginning. That means we start off with a little warmer temperatures and we watch them go down over the course of the morning show. Hours 33 out there right now, already lost a degree from when we kicked things off at 5:30 on Montana This Morning. That westerly wind making things feel just a little bit cooler than that as we look at wind chill temperatures around the state. Losing about 10 degrees or so in most places with a breeze. That breeze is going to pick up over the course of the day today. Could be some slightly gusty conditions in the afternoon, but the temperatures this afternoon should be such that it doesn't really matter that much. It should be fairly pleasant out there still. I've got temperatures in the mid-40 for the central part of our region, around the freezing mark to a little bit above up in the northeast, but still a very nice day for this time of year. Tonight, things are going to cloud over as the system pushes through overnight. Those clouds do help us keep some of those temperatures around a little bit, around the 30-degree mark to the mid to lower 20s across the region. Tomorrow, we feel the effects, the after effects, I should say, of that system. Very windy across the region, but temperatures fairly similar in and around the 40-degree mark. Here's a look at your day planner. Thanks for starting it off with us. We do have a slightly warmer start today. It's going to continue to warm up into the afternoon hours to around the 40-degree mark. I've got us in, like I said, for 43 today, just after that 3 p.m. mark. You will notice the breeze, and then those clouds start to come back a little bit later in the day, signaling what's to come tonight, which does lead us to the very windy Wednesday for us.
All right, well, we're going to put off the windy Wednesday for as long as we can. Okay. Nicer today, so that's a good thing. Thanks, Connor. 3 days after President Trump announced John Kelly is leaving his job as White House Chief of Staff, rumors are swirling about who will replace him. As CBS's Mark Liverman reports, whoever steps into the role will have to hit the ground running.
I'm honored to be considered.
North Carolina Congressman Mark Meadows is one of the frontrunners to replace John Kelly as President Trump's Chief of Staff.
Anytime that your name's floated to help the President of the United States accomplish things for the American people, it's flattering.
Also in the mix, Budget Director Mick Mulvaney, Acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, former Deputy Campaign Manager Dave Bossie, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
John Kelly will be leaving.
The president abruptly announced Kelly's departure Saturday.
We'll be announcing who will be taking John's place. It might be on an interim basis. I'll be announcing that over the next day or two.
Nick Ayers, Vice President Mike Pence's Chief of Staff, was the leading candidate, but took his name out of consideration.
It's tough under any circumstances, but under this kind of White House, extremely difficult.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill realize the next Chief of Staff will have his or her hands full. A House of Representatives controlled by Democrats, and the Russia investigation will keep the White House on edge.
The president needs to find somebody he's got confidence in. And whose judgment he trusts, and that knows how to manage a complicated office.
The new Chief of Staff will be the president's third in under 2 years. Mark Liverman, CBS News.
In other news, a bill that would extend Agent Orange benefits to thousands of ailing Navy veterans hits a last-second snag in the U.S. Senate. The so-called Blue Water Navy bill died in the U.S. Senate when Wyoming Senator Mike Enzi objected, expressing concerns about the bill's cost. That's according to military news website Stars and Stripes. The bill would make tens of thousands of ailing veterans eligible for disability compensation and health care from the VA. Those veterans served on ships that patrolled territorial waters off the coast of Vietnam during the war and were exposed to Agent Orange and other herbicides that were sprayed to poison enemy ground forces. Both of Montana's senators, John Tester and Steve Daines, have pushed for this legislation and now vow to keep up the fight. They're planning a press conference today to try and help bring more national attention to the situation. In other news this morning, an overflow crowd showed up for a public meeting last night with the Yellowstone County Zoning Commission. It was to consider a zone change to accommodate a gravel pit project in West Billings. First Mark Materials, the company overseeing the project, actually ended up canceling the public meeting, pushing it out another month. Despite the cancellation, would-be neighbors stayed wanting answers. At one point, things started getting a little heated. Q2 spoke with both the developer and residents about the proposed project.
We want to be as transparent, as open as we possibly can for this project to go forward. And so we want to hear from the neighbors. We want to hear what they had to say.
I'm so hopeful that the DEQ will understand that this is not meant for our neighborhood. It's not meant for the semis on Duck Creek Road, which is already deteriorating from flooding. It's not meant for Canyon Creek Elementary, which sees semi-truck traffic already.
A neighborhood meeting has been scheduled for this Thursday at Oscars Park, beginning at 6 p.m. An update to a story we brought you over the weekend. The man killed in a one-vehicle crash Saturday night, at the intersection of Apache Drive and Highway 3 has been identified. 25-year-old Travis Mama of Yellowstone County died when his pickup truck rolled multiple times. Yellowstone County Coroner Cliff Mahoney says he died of blunt force injuries. The investigation into that crash is still ongoing. In other news, a Montana health insurance company joins in on a major move to help educate, diagnose, and treat mental health issues across the state. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Montana will donate $250,000 to help support Billings Clinic's new psychiatric residency program, the first of its kind here in Montana.
Montana is a rough and tumble state, but you can't pull your bootstraps up and tough it out with mental illness. It doesn't work that way. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana has made fighting mental illness one of our top priorities for this company.
The $250,000 donation will help fund the residency program designed to train and attract psychiatrists to Montana to address the growing mental health crisis. Residents attend the University of Washington for the first 2 years after medical school and then spend years 3 and 4 here in Montana. It's all part of an effort to combat the staggering number of suicides in the state.
Montana was one of 3 states in the country that have no psychiatry residency program. The other 2 states are Wyoming and Alaska. These 3 states are also among the top 3 when it comes to suicide rates nationally.
This will not be Billings Clinic alone. It's going to be a statewide effort with these residents rotating through our critical access hospitals, in our reservations, in our correctional facilities, and working with our veterans.
Dr. Julie Kelso says since the residency program was announced, the clinic has received more than 400 applications for the first 3 positions available starting next summer. And before we take a break this Tuesday, imagine getting a phone call asking you to build a luxury home high above Whitefish. Not unusual if you're a builder in northwestern Montana, but then you find out your work is going to be the showcase of a national television promotion. As Dennis Bragg finds out, it was a chance to turn a challenge into the perfect opportunity.
You could say every house has a story. That's certainly the case for this luxury home on the slopes of Big Mountain, although its origin started as a mystery for Bear Baranowski and his colleagues.
At the second or third meeting, they kind of revealed, okay, this is HGTV's dream home for 2019, and you can't tell anybody about this, but we've got a budget we've got them hit. We've got a schedule we've got to hit, and we've got quality that we've got to hit.
The expertise that we found in timber forge design and Momquist construction, we just couldn't ship that in, if you will. They know the local area. They know all about what it takes to build in this terrain. They're just really the pros.
The challenge started in February during one of the snowiest winters in years on Big Mountain. But before long, the bold design with dream ideas was taking shape.
Taller window wall than we've ever done, one single slope roof over the top, and it transitioned into a space that not only allows a lot of glass to be done and a lot of light to come in, but also looks unique from both the inside perspective and outside perspective.
It was different that we had 2 live cameras on the exterior, we had 3 live cameras on the interior, and then we had a cameraman who was kind of in your grill here, and he moved to Whitefish, and he was here every day filming while we were, and he kind of became part of the building crew.
But it's not just the interior of the home that's beautiful. Out here on the deck, you get a full chance to enjoy the view of Whitefish Lake and the Montana outdoors.
Everybody just wants indoor-outdoor space, especially in Montana. That's kind of the key. That everybody lives outside. And the beauty about this house is with the door systems that we have, the inside and outside are so interactive that if you had 100 people in here, it wouldn't feel full.
Nice little interaction between the outside and inside, along with the living room window wall. That is an accordion style wall that goes all the way back, so you've got a 16-foot wide opening by 10 feet tall, really capturing that inside-outside feel. So it's really a functional space.
Functional right down to the classic cedar hot tub.
When you walk in, it just kind of takes your breath away, and immediately when you're inside, you feel like you're outside again. And you've got, Whitefish Lake in the background, all the woods, the forest, and you feel like you're just perched on top of the world up here.
The idea behind the design of this home was to tie together the feel of Big Mountain in western Montana with the rest of the Pacific Northwest.
It's kind of a mashup of like new Western and also Pacific Northwest, because we're so close to Washington, which is known for its Pacific Northwest style, but we're also in Montana, and I love both styles equally. So I thought by blending the two, we kind of appeal to a wider audience and create something new and fresh.
And that's what impresses. Luxury touches, yes, but a home-style feel. From recycled wood from an historic building in Columbia Falls, the handrail formed of ski lift cable, to the pet nook under the stairs to welcome fuzzy friends. Throw in a new Honda and $250,000 in cash, and you really do have big dreams on Big Mountain.
It turned into another house, but it was a special house for us. But we were really proud of it, how we pulled it off and how it happened for sure.
On special assignment, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
Entries for the HGTV Dream Home Sweepstakes start on December 28th. You can enter twice a day until the house is awarded after February 18th. Well, stick with us here on Montana This Morning. Still ahead, as we look ahead to Montana's 130th birthday next year, we'll look back on the grand celebration of its centennial. Right now it is 6:11. It's 30 degrees out. More news and weather is on the way as we get ready to take on Tuesday. We'll be right back.
You're watching MTN News with Victoria Hill and Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh. This is Montana This Morning on Q2, Montana's news leader.